What's up, guys? It's Talia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do my WIP parade for you guys. I know I've been promising it, and I wanted to go ahead and get it filmed and up and ready for you guys to watch because I know a lot of people that like WIP parades. So I will go ahead and warn you. I have about 73 WIPs at this point because I finished one the other day. So that brought the total down to 73. So grab a drink, grab some stitching or not, or if you just want to power through this without any kind of distraction. Me personally, I have to be doing something with my hands, so I know a lot of people are probably the same way. So I have my drink. This is a local barbecue joint nearby. It's one of my favorites. I grew up on this place. That's what we had for lunch. So, where to begin? If you guys have sat through one of my WIP parades before, you know that I have two big totes over here beside of me. And I'm just going to go through the totes as I come to them. I do keep my WIPs in alphabetical order by pattern name. So that's probably what you're going to see. They're mostly going to be in alphabetical order on this first tote, which is the smaller one. That's what I had my WIP Go projects in for this year. Most of them didn't get much work done on them. And my big tote at the bottom is in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the ones that are on the hoops and the Q-snaps that are in rotation right now. The first one, I'm not going to take this out because it does have a naughty word. The first one being the 2020 review. I don't know if I can show this, but I will insert a picture of what it looks like, my own edited version of what it looks like. It is completely charted in black, but I decided to do the stars in yellow because a lot of reviews that you do have yellow stars for some reason. So that's where it's at right now. One word, 3 stars, and then 1.5 numbers in the 2020. So that's where that one sits at right now. I'm going to try to remember to tell you about my needle winders and the fabric and all that stuff. If I forget anything, please ask me down in the comments. I will be happy to get back to you and let you know if I can remember. This is just a 32 count white Lugana basic stuff. The needle minder I made myself out of some buttons that I found at Joann's a while back. So, I have several of these in different colors. Where to put these when I show them? The next one is another recent one that was, well, recently started. And that is the, I can show you that one. That one is not naughty. That is the 2020 Pandemic Sampler. And this is offered for free by Starcy Girl on Instagram and Instagram only. And this is where this one sits at right now. I did dye the fabric according to her directions, so this is close to what she has provided. And dang if I didn't forget to grab my board. I think there's one right here too. Yay, okay. So that's where that one sits at right now. Today is rainy and overcast and just a general dreary, nasty day. So the light's not super bright, may or may not help the situation as far as colors showing up. So that's where that's at right now. I just have a little bit done on the border. So, but I love working on that border, believe it or not, because it's repeating and it's easy, at least for now. So, like I said, I dyed this fabric. It is a 40 count. I started with a picture of this Flosstube balloon and over dyed over it. So it kind of has that brownish, that's about where the color is right now. So I over dyed over it according to her directions that she gives with the pattern. And the needle minder is Mama's Family. An old 80s show. It was a favorite of mine. That's Mama. She was portrayed by a comedian named Vicki Lawrence. So, this needle mender came from the Everyday Stitcher, right? I think so. I got it from somewhere. But that's that, right? That's where that one is at right now. So, I'm just gonna throw this with the bag so that it doesn't get misplaced. Okay. The next one is one that is my current weekly rotation piece, although I have not done anything on it this week. I have nowhere to put anything. Where did it go? I hate having to pull out the whole pattern pack to find what I need. It's in here somewhere. There it is. And that is Plague Crow. This is by Busby Designs on Etsy. And just using the Call for DMC on this. So far with those other two projects have been just all DMC as well. This is where this one sits at right now. Have not done any kind of progress on it since I pulled it out this week. So this is on a 40 count Maritime White by Lakeside Linens. And it's not a huge piece. I can take this down. It's not a huge piece on the 40 count. See, not a huge piece. So, and this needle minder is a Plague Doctor Woman. And I think that one came from the Everyday Stitcher as well. I kind of hesitate to mention the Everyday Stitcher because it's kind of a sore subject. And the group was not handled very well. And while it remains open, no needle minders are coming out of it and have not come out of it for at least a couple years now. So, so just keep that in mind. I was an admin for the group and therefore bought a ton of needle minders from her. And there were still a lot that when the group broke down, when the making of needle minders broke down and communication broke down, a lot of people were owed a lot of needle minders that had paid a lot of money. So that's why I hesitate to mention noting the Everyday Stitcher, because yeah. Anyway, moving on. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. This next one, I'm not gonna fully take it off the Q-snap because God, I'm procrastinating so much on this. You guys know this pattern. This is the She Be But Little, She Is Fierce. This is the birth announcement, sorry, that I stitched for my newborn daughter. And I've got the date on there so far. And I just need to put down here at the bottom where it's got the weight, the length, all that good stuff. I'm still debating, because there's technically in the pattern it shows down here at the bottom the city that the baby's born in. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to put that, or if I want to put something else there, or if I just want to have the 2 lines with the date and then the weight and height and all that stuff. So and time, because it's weight, height, and time, something like that. But the more I think about it, the more I think I'm just going to do those 2 lines. This was the needle minder, another needle minder that I got from the Everyday Stitcher. So yeah, this was stitched on a 16 count. Picture this plus in, it's right there on the tip of my tongue, Heartland, Crystal Heartland. So lovely little sparkle to it, if you can see that. So that one needs to be finished. I should probably go ahead and finish that. It just makes it so hard because that text is so small. So yeah, it's stuff like this. When I started trying to do this, I realized I probably should have done this on an even weave or something, because this is essentially over 1, and I didn't even notice it until I was all the way done. But regardless, it is what it is. I still have that 1 line of text still left to do, and I know once I can get started, I can just go ahead and knock it out. But yeah, anyway, this next thing is technically not an active WIP. This was a project that I had every intention of restarting, and I was going to restart it the other day, but I didn't. And show you what it looks like. This is called Big Ass Sampler. This is by Crafter Dark on Etsy. Get the page back in there, that would be lovely. So this is what I had started on it. This is my start on it. And this is on a fabric that I had dyed myself. It's a 14 count Aida. Sorry. It's a 14 count Aida. It's actually a polyester Aida that I dyed. But I don't really like how this is looking on this particular fabric. So I am going to restart it sometime next year. And I'm just going to stitch it on I think this is a 16 count. Did I write it down? No, I did not. I think this is a 16 count. Like an off-white, just an off-white Aida. So that's what I'm going to stitch. Needle minder, that's another one from, what the heck did that come up? Oh, that came off of that one. Another needle minder. This is one of the felties that she had over at the Everyday Stitcher, because there were several types that she used to sell, and the felties were like one of the things that she was known for. So use that. There's my board. I did bring it. Anyway, so let's get into the actual opening of a tote. So actually going to go ahead and put this one back in here. Throw that up there. So this next one, I have to see what it is to remember. Oh yeah. This next one, this may be in reverse order. I'm just pulling them. I've learned that I do not like these envelope types like this, that the flap gets in the way. So this is the 1816 Guerlain Sampler. This is a pattern that can be found in the Gift of Stitching digital magazine, which is still available, that you can, while they did cease publication a couple years ago, they have since in recent months opened their shop purchasing back up, where you can actually purchase the entire run of the magazine for $39.95, or you can purchase just the December Christmas issues for, I think it's $10.99 if I'm not mistaken. But either way, it's a hell of a deal. Go jump on it if you haven't already. This is 40 count Picture This Plus Oaken, and this is my progress on it. That's showing up about right. It's a darker, just think if you left a coffee dye fabric in for way too long, how dark it got. So that's progress on that one. I'll go bring you a little closer. So that border is another one that's pretty easy. It's mindless once you get into it. So, and then needle minder. I want to say I got this from Everyday Stitcher. I don't remember though. Don't hold me to it. It's actually got purple stones. So that's where that one sits at. This one is a big piece. This pattern, this fabric is cut to size. It's a big piece. So, and I love my 40 counts, y'all. There was a time in my life where I was scared to stitch on anything other than Ada, but obviously I've gotten over that, and I love stitching on 40 count. And I'm stitching this using I believe this is a Moselle silk. It's either Moselle or Silks for You. I want to say it's Moselle. Nice, pretty. Trying to find a color that works. About like that, something, I don't know. That's the blue, and then I have another partial red skein in here that I'm going to use for, it's like a purpley burgundy that I'm going to use for a couple of accents here and there. So that one. The next one, this next one is a classic on my channel. I have a few classics on this channel. I don't think I have, do I have a printout? I think I do. Did I print out another printout? Did I print out another printout? Sorry. Where'd it go? Here we go. Oh, there it is, right there on top. Next one is my Lost Boys pattern. I have been working on this for several years now and have not gotten past the first page. But I'll tell y'all a little secret, and I'll probably mention it again in my next regular blog update. I'll tell y'all a little secret. My Christmas presents from Andy arrived today. Just saying. And he says that the next order of business is a scroll frame. Can't wait. I've been waiting on a better setup for me to be able to work on my bigger pieces. This is just on a sage green 16 count Aida. This is what I knew at the time. So this is where I'm at with that. And if you don't know, I had her custom chart this size to be actual movie poster size. So the finished size of this particular project is going to be 24 by 35. And yes, I know that's an inch shorter in height than a regular movie poster, but she said that was the closest that she could get it for a 16 count Aida. So I really do I love how this looks. I love how it looks, what I have so far. It's just, I'm gonna back up here. This is only half of the fabric. I've got it folded in half. This is a big mamma jamma. So the fabric can get a bit unwieldy if I try to work on it in a Q-snap. But even with the Lowry stand, if I hook it up to a Q-snap, maybe it'll make it a little bit easier. We'll see. So, and that's just DMC. I have it in one of these, and you can see the floss box fits in there, yard of fabric fits in there, all that good stuff. I did try to see if this, because I do have this as a digital file. I did try to see if it would work in Pattern Keeper, and it does not. So that made me sad. The next one is one that's popular amongst Flosstube. I'm going to insert a picture of what the entire piece looks like. It's just a triptych. I'm going to insert with a picture of it. I'm going to insert a picture of what it looks like. And I am working on the center piece. And this is how far I've gotten. This is just the center part of it. And I am going to do it as the triptych. So that's how far I've gotten. This one is on a, I want to say it's like an ice blue Aida. When it looks of it, 16 count maybe. I don't know. It's either 16 or 18 count. Did I write it down? Oh yes, I do have it actually. It is a 16 count ice blue. So I was right. So yeah. And this needle minder came from an old minder company that's no longer in business. I want to say Minding My Minders. So that's how far I've gotten on that. Kind of can see. I have a lot to go through. I'm trying my best not to overly explain all of my WIPs. Next one is a pattern that I am going to restart, and that is the Silhouette of 4 Elements. I just call this Avatar. I haven't gotten very far on it. I literally only stitched on it the day that I started it. So this is my start on it. This is a 40 count Picture Plus ale. And that is my start on it. This is actually one block of a motif. This first banner right here is the Earthbender avatar, and that is like a boulder or stone that she's throwing. So however, looking at this now, I don't hate it so much. So I may or may not restart this. But, and the Kitty Cactus is another one from the Everyday Stitcher. So it's a dark, If you don't know what ale looks like, it's a dark fabric. So yeah, looking at this now, I don't hate it. I may just keep going on that one. I may just pick it back up and keep going on that one. This this WIP parade is also going to serve as a WIP down. I am going to be getting rid of projects that I'm no longer interested in and that I don't see myself finishing. This next one is going to be the first to go. I've already been thinking about it. I will insert a picture of what it looks like all completed. And this is out of the book. Well, I'm getting this out of the book. 101 Best Loved Designs from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. As much as it pains me, I gotta let this go. Because there's just so much work in this. And looking at the pattern, I don't think I'm in love with it anymore. Yeah, this one is gonna have to go. This is called, it's called a Spanish sampler. That's the work that I had gotten done on it so far. This is a 28 count Jobelin, right? Yeah, 28 count Jobelin in Queen Anne's lace. Love this fabric. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut it from here down. Because I am not unpicking all that. I'm not doing it. I'm going to have to cut it like from here down and then cut. That way maybe a smaller piece can fit on it. So that's going to be the first to go. Let me go ahead and take this minder off. This is a minder. I think I got it. I either got it from the Everyday Stitcher or I got it from No Name Needle Minders. I can't remember. Because Kate at No Name Needle Minders, while she unfortunately has closed down shop now, due to constant health concerns, she does the square Scrabble tile size ones like this. So that one, so yeah, this one is going to be the first to go. First casualty of the day. I'll go and put it back in the envelope for now. So that when I get done with this video or sometime in the next couple days, week, month, year, might actually go ahead and unkit it. This next one I do still love. It's not going to be a UFO. And that is Southern Social by the Gold Collection by Dimensions. This is an out of print one. Let me show you a little bit more. It just reminds me of Gone with the Wind. I have not gotten very far on this one either. And this is on the included 18 count Ada? Yes, 18 count ivory Ada that came with the kit. And this is how far I am on it. Just where that doorway is up on that upper balcony. And I have my sorry, getting a message. I am I just lost my train of thought. It's my Scarlett O'Hara needle minder. That's Everyday Stitcher. I told y'all I bought a ton of needle minders from her. It's sickening how many needle minders I bought from her. So that one is going to live to stitch another day. This next one I've been debating on so hard because it's another big piece and I don't know if I see myself stitching it. I'm noticing something. And that is Save the Stitches. This is the booklet that I had made up at Staples, I think. You don't really get a clear picture of the whole thing, but it is all black work, you know, that kind of thing. I'm sure a lot of people, or most people are familiar with Save the Stitches. And I am still working on the first row of blocks. And this is where I'm at right now on it. I'm gonna keep this. I'm not tossing this yet. It is gorgeous. I really love it. And I would like to get some major progress on it. So. And then my Carolina Panthers needleminder that I obtained in much better days for the team. This is on a 32 count. I think it's called Storm Clouds or Stormy Clouds. It's a 32 count even weave by Swigart, I think. If I'm wrong, it'll be down below. Just saw, I'm gonna move that needle. I used to have a bad habit of leaving my needles on the fabric. Yeah, I'm not gonna toss this just yet. So that one will live to stitch another day. You're lucky. Sing you gave you a pardon. But I was looking at the DMC metallic that's in here and the beads, and I'm wondering if this is the same DMC purple that I needed for a project that I'm going to be starting next year. I'll have to look back at it and see. Although I'm not going to be using the DMC. Did I mention where that needleminder came from? I don't remember. I need my minders, maybe? No, it had to have been the Everyday Stitcher. For a while, she was the only person I was buying minders from. The next project is another one. This is actually going to go back on my WIP board again this year because I didn't do anything on it this year. Princess Mermaids by Soda Stitch. Get back in there. And this is on a 28 count opal Caribbean Tides by Under the Sea Fabrics. Haven't gotten very far on it. So this is where it's at right now. Unfortunately, that's all I've gotten done. My goal on it in WIP Go, just like my goal on it for 2020, was to get this first mermaid done. So, and then I love this needle minder. I know for a fact I got it through the Everyday Stitcher. So, there's another opal. If I can remember if something is on my WIP Go board for next year, I will say it. Otherwise, I may forget if it's on my WIP Go board or not. The next one is another Dimensions Gold collection. This one is not out of print. You can still get this. This is called Kitty Litter. He's so adorable. I'm also using the called for fabric, included kit fabric with this one, which I want to say is also 18 count. Yes, 18 count. It's an 18 count ivory Ada as well. And this one I did not get very far on. I literally only worked on it like twice. So that's how far I've gotten on that one. And this needle minder, I know for a fact I did get it from No Name Needle Minders several years ago. So that is where that one is at. Nothing exciting to write home about. The next one is yet another kit. I'm not going to take it out of the pack because it's like just a paper. It's a thin paper. So, live life in the moment. I've always kind of lived, that's been my motto in life, without really like saying it in so many words. This is on a 14 count, like beige Ada that came with the kit. That's where that one's at right now. So, and all that stuff that makes it look like wood, that's all half stitches, like in between there, like these right here. So, that is that one. This next one is going back on my WIP Go board again next year because I need to get it done. Oh yeah, she's really crying. Because I need to get it done. That is Heaven and a Wildflower by Rosewood Manor. I started this from my mom, and whether or not I'm going to be able to give it to her. Whether it gets done in time or not, I don't know, but I still want to finish it. This is on what I think is a tea-dyed Carolina linen from Charles Craft. This was what was available. And this is where it's at right now. Then the fabric is entirely too big for this project because I wasn't cutting things down. So, I probably could have fit on like this half. But no, I had to put it across the whole freaking thing. So that's where that's at right now. Needle minder. I want to say this was a gift of some type. Like I didn't actually order it. It came with something, and I don't remember where it came from. So this is a tricky linen because, as you can see, it is see-through. So I can't carry threads like I normally do. So there's a lot of tying off and restarting going on. This next one I do really like. I'm going to have to insert a picture of it here because it's another one that came out of that 101 Best Loved Cross Stitch book. I do really love this one, but my mistake was putting it on Ada because I didn't realize there were partial stitches, especially in these Algerian eyelets. Fabric still smells really good though. This is Fabrics by LJ in, I always forget the name of it, Antique. Although LJ is no longer dyeing fabric. This is a 16 count, right? 18 count. I'll get it figured out eventually. So yeah, 18 count antique from Fabrics by LJ. Really love this one. Really want to get it done. And this is one of the first things that I bought from the Everyday Stitcher. So that, like I said, fabric still smells really good. He used to put dryer sheets in with his fabric. And it still smells really good. Next one is another kit. This one is Double Piece by Designworks. This is another one that I wanted to do for my mom, but may or may not happen. Because I'm terrible at procrastinating, y'all. And when I feel like I have to, like, I'm supposed to be working on something, like I have to work on something, because it's for somebody else, it makes me not want to. I don't know, I'm just weird that way. This is on a 14 count oatmeal, the 14 count oatmeal Aida that came with the kit. I really love this. Like, seeing it in person stitched up, it's even more beautiful than on the pattern, than on the picture, because the picture looks okay. But seeing it stitched up like this, it makes it look really, really beautiful. And this minder, one guess where it came from. Yeah. So that's where that one is at right now. Not giving up on this one yet. I mean, at any rate, I would still like to have this hanging in my house. The next one that we come to is one that's going to be restarted. Nah, it's not going to be restarted. And that is Fortune Owl by Soda Stitch. And as you notice, there are different colorways that they provide. They do provide the color list for every one of these colorways. And I initially started, I was doing this colorway, but when I restarted it, I changed it up to this blue colorway right here. And before I pull it out, if I remember correctly, I want to say this was on a Picture This Plus Heroic. Maybe? Maybe not. It's on a Picture This Plus something or other. Did I write it down? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. It's Ancient, maybe? Picture This Plus Ancient. So this is my restart on it. Sorry for the wrinkliness. Where'd my board go? Here's my board. Well, it would help if I put it on the right way. Sorry. So you got that crease line right there at the center. This is where it's at right now. I want to say this is Ancient. I Picture This Plus, 36 count. So, and the owl, probably another one from Everyday Stitcher. So, that is where that one sits at right now. And I was thinking, I didn't know, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep going on this one, but I'm going to give this another chance someday. The next one This one gets neglected so much, but I'm not ready to give up on it yet. Scroll frame, I'm telling you. Because this one is like obscenely heavy in beads and metallics. Angel of Love by Lavender and Lace. And I had to restart this on a 28 count linen in Cauldron by Picture This Plus. I initially started it on the 16 count Cauldron, but I had to go back and change it to a 28 count because the beads were just fitting too tightly. So that's where that sits at right now. So, and this Weeping Angel needle minder from the Everyday Stitcher. Believe it or not, y'all, I did used to buy needle minders from other places. It's just, for so long, I was only buying from her. So, this one gets to stay, and hopefully someday soon, here in the coming weeks or months or whatever, I'm going to get a scroll frame and be able to work on it more. This one is a WIP for now. And I'm just gonna have to show you. Actually, I can't show you. What was this? What was this? I think I can't even show you because I don't have it anymore. So yeah, it's not a WIP. That is going to end up being a new start. Or a restart, technically. And I can't even show you the original one because I don't have it anymore. I went ahead and cut the fabric up and threw it away. So, and the last one in this box, you saw it recently. And that is the Hensite Last Stitch Cemetery. Oh, excuse me. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Under the Sea fabrics, something or other. It's a purpley fabric. It's more purple than you're seeing. That's where I got to when I worked on it a few weeks ago. So, that needle minder, I don't even remember where I got that one at. That's strange. But I really like this, so this one gets to stay. This one was not in the bin, but this one was recently brought out, even though I didn't get very many stitches in it. And that is the Mirabilia Miss Cherry Blossom. I'm stitching this on a 16 count Ada in Pampas by Picture This Plus. Trying to see which way it goes. It's kind of a sage green color, a light green. And that's where she's just at right now. And the needle minder was from No Name Needle Minders. So. So, that is going to do it for that bin. That's going to do it for that bin. So, let me put this away and we'll start on the second bin. I'm sorry. I've something like just bothering my eyes today. So, let's get into the big bin, shall we? And I'm going to go in alphabetical order on this one. The first one, this is one that's going to be on my WIP Go. And it is the Brooks Books Advent Animals. I've already completed the first two. And I hope to get more done this year. That's where it's at. This is just on a pale blue even weave. I don't remember what this is. And I didn't write it down. I never do. So, but it's barely big enough for this, for all of them together. So, that's what I've gotten done on them so far. And it's like there's like snowflakes and stuff in there. You can't see it, but there are. And that was purchased from Minding My Minders. The next one, I know what's in this bag. And that is the Ambar Logro sampler from Plum Street. This is just being stitched on a solo die from Zweigart. 36 count. It's supposed to be a 36 count. May not exactly be a 36 count. But this is where she sits at right now. My board. Hold on. There we go. Might be a little bit bigger than my board though. That's where it sits at right now. Yeah. Like I said, this is going to be on my WIP Go board again for next year, so that I can hopefully at least get this top half done finally. So this is the fabric is kind of pink. It's close to what it shows on the cover as the suggested fabric, or whatever the model was stitched on. And this is being done in the called for Fancy Floss. Sorry guys, I had a phone call come through. I was hoping to make this through in one long clip so that I would know how long it would be. But no, seemed like it's not meant to be. The next one is going to be Mirabilia Aphrodite Mermaid. And I'm stitching this on, it says 32 count. Yes, 32 count Grace's Ocean by Fabric Flare. And I think this is beautiful. That's how far I've gotten. See the whole fabric back here, if you can. There's not really much up here, but it's all down at the bottom. So that is where that one is at. And I didn't even notice that needle minder. The needle minder is like a impressionist Little Mermaid. And that one was from No Name Needle Minders. hold on. Okay, sorry about that again. Looks like we're piecing a video together. The next one is going to be First to the Bows by Lindy Stitches. This was a recent start this year. And I wrote it down. This is on a 16 count crystal helix from Picture This Plus. So there was a time when I was smart and I was trying to write all the information down on a index card. Kind of got lazy and I got out of that. It's a 16 count crystal helix. Can't see it. It's a little sparkly. So that was my start on it. I had to make sure that I did that boat. And I think I may have oriented this the wrong way, because it's more wide than it is long, and I think I oriented it the wrong way. I don't know. Depends on if I feel like frogging out that entire boat and then like flipping it around and stitching it the right way. So what's that? I guess that one, I think that one came from No Name Needle Minders as well. Got all the birds on it. I think I'm going to do that. Next time I pick this up, I'm going to frog out that boat and stitch it in the right direction so that I don't have to worry about the incorrect orientation again. Next up is another classic for this channel. I don't think I have a printed picture of it. I don't have a printed picture of it. This was made in a pattern software that I no longer have. I don't have access to because it was on an old computer that I stopped being able to get into years ago. Thankfully, I have the digital file. I will insert a picture of what the picture is that I used. I did edit the original picture and put the text in of his birth year and death year. And this is Chester. And like I said, this is self-charted by me. So that's where that one's at. And this one is on my WIP Go as well. And this is actually on a white 22 count Ada or Hardanger. And the needle minder, it says, "Don't judge my story on the chapter you walked in on." That was another Everyday Stitcher purchase. That was one of the early ones. Because she used to make the minders that she had the wood pieces and she would decoupage the papers and stuff on them and artistic them up. But then she kind of switched over to easier and quicker things. So that's Chester. He at least gets pulled out every July on the anniversary of his passing. This next one is another classic, but I'm still hanging on to the hope that I can finish it. It is on my WIP Go. If nothing else but to get 100 more stitches on it. This is the pattern that came out as a book, but this is what it looks like. It's the Chinese Phoenix from Joan Elliott. And I actually pulled this out of the book, Bewitching Cross Stitch by Joan Elliott. It's like all her designs that were like magic and fantasy and stuff like that. And I'll give you a hint. I'm going to be starting another one out of that book next year. But you'll have to find out later which one. So, okay. This is on a 32 count linen probably the Swagart stuff. Or I don't know. I don't know what this fabric is, to be honest. That's where it's at right now. I keep losing my board. There it is. So yeah, that's where it's at right now. This thing is just very hard for me to work on. There are a ton of color changes. It's very fiddly. And the little panda bear needle minder came from the Everyday Stitcher. Told y'all I used to buy a ton of stuff from her. And it just so happens that as many needle minders as I have, that I usually end up picking the ones that I got from her for my projects. I did mention that was on my WIP bill, right? The next one is another recent start. I started it this year. It was the Heartstring Samplery Choose Your Own Motto sampler. And I had her custom chart a saying, a quote for me, but I have not gotten anywhere near that far yet. This is how far I've gotten. This is a whopping how far I've gotten on this. I can't remember the fabric. It's a 40 count picture of this plus something or other. Maybe Regency? I don't remember. So, don't know if this one's going to come out next year or not. I mean, it'll probably come out within my rotation. So, and believe it or not, that needle minder I made. So, that needle minder is from me. In case you're wondering, the quote that I had her chart for me says, "Time and chance happeneth to them all." Next up, I have another large multi-piece. This is the Cool Bean series by Hands On Design. I've already done this one, and I am currently working on this one. It's only the second one that I've done. This is on a 16 count Murmur by Picture This Plus. I don't know why I'm able to remember the name of this one. So this is how this one is. Sorry, itchy nose. So, and this is a free border that you can find online that she does provide. So, but it has like the coffee beans in it. So that is that one, and the fabric is actually kind of peachy. It's like a really pale peach. And this needle minder from the Everyday Stitcher. That is Arthur Darvill as Rip Hunter in Legends of Tomorrow. He was really only on the first couple of seasons, and then he went off to do other stuff. So that is where that one is at right now. That's a definite keep. I may not be UFOing very many this particular year. And another coffee pattern. This one, I think I'm going to UFO this one because I don't like it. I kind of don't like it as much as I used to. And this is Coffee Break by Soda Stitch. I may hang on to the pattern. I'm gonna UFO the actual project, but I'm gonna hang on to the pattern for a while. And this is just stitched on a 28 count lamb's wool Jobelin by White Shellt. And I'll show you my start. I don't know if it's the fabric that I chose for this, but I'm not enjoying it. This was my start on it. Well, this was how much I had gotten done on it. Not feeling it. Not feeling it. It may just be the fabric choice. I'm not sure. It's just, I don't love it. So this one is going to be UFO'd. So let me take this minder off of it. Another Everyday Stitcher needle minder. It says coffee because adulting. So I'll put that up. Yeah, I feel like this is probably just this fabric, but I don't like it. And there's no sense in leaving it in my bin if I'm not going to be working on it. If I'm going to hate trying to work on it. That's 2 down. The next one is a definite stay. I love this piece. In fact, it's on my WIP Go board next year, I think, if I remember correctly. And that is the Heartstring Sampler Coffee Quaker. And this is where it's at right now. Let me put this on my board. This is where it's at right now. I am kind of close to getting this done. I could probably get it done in a week or so if I hustled on it, but we'll see. There is actually more over here on this side too, but I love this piece. I love it so much. And this is on a 40 count bisque by Lakeside Linens. It's the first piece I ever started on 40 count. And the needle minder, my blood type is coffee, from Minding My Minders probably. Had it for a while. And this is being done in the called for hand-dyed flosses. Except for one, I think I switched out one of them for a different color because I didn't have the call for color and I couldn't find it. This next one really should be a finish. It really should. But it's not anytime soon. This is Color Lace. It's a freebie from Blackwork Journey that you can find on their website. I'm just doing this on a linen of a white linen of some type. Probably a 38 count, or no, 38 count. Probably a 32 count. From the looks of it, yeah. From the looks of it, it's a 32 count. I think this is the way up. Of course, does it really matter? As long as it's either this way or that way. But that's where it's at right now. I've just gotten done some of the yellow done. And each one of those colors, because there's like, what, 4 different colors here? Each one of those colors, it has actually beads in that color line. And this one, I think I got... I think I got it from the Everyday Stitcher. I don't remember where I got these from. Because there was a red one and a blue one. So, that one gets to stay. This next one is definitely on my WIP Go for next year. It is the Crabby All Year series from Raise the Roof. This is the leaflet that I'm on now, which is the second of the 4. This one is actually April, May, and June. Right? Yeah, April, May, and June. And this one, this one is on a 32 count ale from Picture This Plus. Can you tell I like Picture This Plus? That's where it's at right now. I still have a little bit left to do over in the June one over here. There are buttons that go in each one. There is long stitches in several of the blocks, and I'm going to wait until the very end to go back and do all that. So I'm just getting all the cross stitches done. So that is where that one is at right now. Let me pull back just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Yeah. Needle minder from the Everyday Stitcher. Oh, did I show it to you? Did you even see it? Needle minder is Perry, Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb is one of those cartoons that is just as good for adults as it is for kids. So, like I said, that one is definitely going to be on my WIP Go next year. The next one is another one that I think I have it on my WIP Go, but it's been a couple years in the making and I need to get some significant progress on it, and that is Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers. I'm still kind of in the first page mostly. I mean, I spilled over a little bit into the other pages, but not very much. This is where it's at right now. I just get little bits here and there done. So that's where it's at right now. This is actually on a 32 count MCG linen in Oyster, and I really like this. I don't mind it so much. I love the drapiness of it. So that's where that's at right now. And I have my 10th Doctor needle minder from, you guessed it, the Everyday Stitcher. Because here's the thing. There are only a handful of companies that I've ever ordered needle minders from. Minding My Minders for a while. I ordered a couple in the beginning from Gina's Unique Boutique. But I haven't ordered from her in a long time. And then it was Minding My Minders. And then I ordered a few from Kate when she started up at No Name Needle Minders. And then when the Everyday Stitcher opened up, I was buying from her. She asked me to come on as an admin, and I did, and was just buying up all kinds of needle minders for years, for a couple of years actually. And eventually communication broke down, and any kind of orders going out were becoming fewer and farther between. I'm not gonna go into that whole drama. Where am I at? Okay. This next one is another somewhat recent purchase. Recent start. And that is Descending Order from Long Dog Samplers. So as you can see, I have several on the go from Long Dog Samplers. I've gotten a decent start on this, not a whole ton, but I've gotten a decent start. And this is just on a white 32 count Lugana because I wanted to keep it simple. So that's my progress on it within that first band. It comes out a little bit more over here. And then this, I want to say, was a No Name Needle Minders purchase. Or it might have been Minding My Minders, I don't remember. Basically, all you need to know is all the minder companies that I'm talking about today are no longer in business. They're no longer making needle minders. So, there's nothing I can offer you on that. So, and it's the longer piece. So. Like I said, this was just a recent start, so I'm not concerned about getting too much progress on this, like, in a rush. And I am doing that with the called for overdyes. The next one is one that I think I've got in my WIP go next year. For next year. And that is Don't Blink. I just have the black and white photo printed out. By Child's Factory. This was actually a restart. I did initially try to do it on a dark blue fabric. Didn't like it. I don't know if it was just not the right color. But this is appropriately on a 36 count heroic by Picture This Plus. Let's see. Yeah. And so this is that fabric that has like the red and stuff in it. It has like the splotches of red and then blue. Yeah, you can see it. So that's where that one is at. Needle minder, sonic screwdriver needle minder from the Everyday Stitcher. Like I said, I think I've got this on my WIP Go board as a finish for next year, but I don't remember. So I will do a definitive WIP Go plans in another video. The next one is another small one that should have already been finished. This is a freebie. It's called Dutch Tulip by Threadwork Primitives. And this is on a MCG even weave that I over dye with some brown dye. So it's starting to get a little tricky. So that's where that one's at right now. Needle minder, I think, was a free gift that came with another set of needle minders. I don't remember where that came from though. Next one is one that's gonna go UFO because I don't enjoy working on it. And I just don't like it like I used to. And that is the Teresa Winsler Egyptian Sampler. I was stitching this on a, this is Weigart cream, 32 count cream Belfast linen. And like I said, I'm not liking it as much as I used to. And yeah, this is where I was at on it. Yeah. So, yeah. It's nothing against the Teresa Winsler design, nothing against the blendings and all that stuff. I'm I'm not liking the design as much as I used to when I started it several years ago. So, and then this needle minder came from the Everyday Stitcher, I think. So, we're gonna take that off. Don't worry, one day I will start another Teresa Winsler. So, this one is going to be UFO'd because I don't like working on it. Next, this one I definitely like. This was a birthday start. Last year, I think, or 2018. I don't remember. Might have been last year. Anyway, it says the work basket, faith, hope, and love. And this is on a 40 count bramble. I don't remember. But I am using a purpley silk from Moselle. It's like dark purples. You can't see it, but it's like dark purples. And it is a long piece, as you can see. It's narrow and long. This is where it's at right now. This is where it's at right now. I have this on my WIP Go board for next year to at least try to get this section done right here. So, I don't know if you can see that color. It's like a dark purple. And then needle minder from the Everyday Stitcher. So, yeah, that one is definitely on my WIP Go board for next year. I need to get some progress on it. Actually, while I have this out, since my thingamajig broke, what did I do with the envelopes? What did I do with the envelopes? I had a couple left. What did I do with them? Oh, they're up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and transfer this to this other envelope. I had bought some more of these on Amazon the other day, and so I still have a couple left after kitting up all of my all my starts for next year. That one can go in the trash. Okay, so it's that one. I'm having to go through these one by one. This one is technically a WIP, but it also technically needs to be a restart. And that is Four Seasons watercolor. I'm not even gonna list this one as a WIP because it's set for a restart right now. So that one, I'm gonna put that one to the side for when I'm able to restart it. Next we have pattern from Lottie Da. It's called Fracture Flowers. This is being stitched on a 32 count Stormy Night from Zweigart. This is one of those printed fabrics. It's the same as, it's the same way as the one I'm doing Save the Stitches on. It's just a different colorway. Similar, but different. This is where it's at right now. Got the bird and part of a leaf and a flower done. And this is another, yes, I know, I'm reading a needle on here. It's another needle minder that came from, actually I think this one came from No Name Needle Minders. I think. I don't know. So that is where that one is at. This one is not huge. It's not huge actually. There's one, and I forget who it's by. It might be by Plum Street. It has like a fractal look to it, but it's like fractal crows. It's like two blackbirds. I love that pattern. The next one was a recent start, like very recent, within the last couple of months. And that is the Goldfinch and Lilacs by Dimensions. And I got a pretty decent start on it when I started. And this is just on the Ada that it came with, 14 count Ada that it came with. You can see the threads that I carried back behind there. So that was my progress. I did leaves, and then I started on the lilac bush over here on the side. So, and then I have a Groot needle minder from the Everyday Stitcher. The next one, I need to put some progress in on it, because I have not worked on it since I started it like a couple of years ago. And that is Hanging by a Star from Mosey and Me. Cute little Santa. This one is on a different fabric of sorts, and I don't have a problem with the fabric color. This is on, I got this through Stitchy box. It's 28 count Butterscotch Cookies by Hand Dyed by Stephanie. And this is where it's at right now. It's his face and his hand. So this one definitely needs to get some work done on it. And can't remember where I got that from. I want to say the Everyday Stitcher, but I may be wrong. So that's where that one's at. This one has a card. I started it in December 2 years ago. Actually started almost 2 years ago to the day. It was one of my 12 days of Christmas starts, basically. Next up, we have a popular design on Flosstube. That is His Eyes on the Sparrow by Heartstring Samplery. Really, the only thing I've gotten done is in this area right here. I haven't gotten much done, so don't get too excited. And I do have this on my WIP go for next year as well. This is going to be a big piece of fabric and a little bit of stitching in the middle. So, bear with me. That's the progress that I've gotten done so far. Okay. I was looking to make sure there wasn't a needle attached to the end of that. That's where that's at right now. So, and this is on a 40 count mellow by Picture This Plus. It's a yellow, pale yellow color. And the needle minder, what was the needle minder? Did I forget to show you? Lord. Let me pull this out again. Oh, that. That one came from the Everyday Stitcher. So. This might be a lifetime project. There's a reason that I haven't picked up that other one. The, what they consider the lilies? I forget what the name of the other one is. There's a reason I haven't picked that one up, because it's just as big. And I'm already not going to finish this one. The next one is the Historic Countries Mystery Sal. I will post a picture of what part 1 looks like. And this one is another one that's going to be a big Mamma Jamma. This is on, did I save the tag? No, I did not. I want to say this is another one that's on like Regency or something. So that was my progress on it. This one has like the green tint to it. So that's my progress on it. I made this needle minder. It's off of a pendant that I got at Hobby Lobby years ago. So, like I said, big Mamma Jamma. 40 count. If I forgot to say it, 40 count. I think I want to say Regency, but I may be wrong. One of these days, I might actually go through and figure out what these fabrics are and write it down. But today is not that day. So y'all are just going to have to suffer through it with me. Next, we have another recent start. Well, I mean, Historic Countries Sal was recent as well. This is Hydrangea by Carolyn Manning. Lots of pretty purples in there. You know me, purple. And I love hydrangeas. This is just on a 32 count even weave. It has like the silver, the slight silver shimmer to it. Don't really know which way is up, but does it really matter at this point? Not right now. When I get ready to start it, I'll have to make sure which way my stitches are going. So that's where it's at right now. You really can't see much. So, let's see if this helps any at all. Probably not, but you know, maybe a little bit, yeah. So that's what progress I've gotten done on that. I need to get some more done. And this one actually did come from No Name Needle Minders. She had a custom, I customized it with my channel name. And when I ordered it, I asked her, I was like, can you put my channel name on it covered in cat hair? And she was like, oh, I never thought to put channel name on there. So, that's just a little small thing. It's not very big. And then next up, we have a project that I can't really work on right now because it's too involved. And my brain is not prepared for involved at the moment. And that is my Hade, which is Moths by Marta Dollig. This is just on a 25 count, easy guide, even weave, and my impressive progress on it. Look at that progress. I am almost done. So that's it. That's all I got done on it when I worked on it. This is another one that I hope to be able to get some stitching in on next year if it comes back around, when it comes around. And that might be a little easier now that I have a floor stand. Just gotta get a frame. So, and this is another needle minder that I made. is a pin, one of 2 pins that I ordered from AliExpress, and they came, and I took the pin part off and stuck a magnet on there. So I do want to get more done on this because I don't like leaving my big projects neglected like this. So that is that. The next one you just saw in my update last week, and that is the mystery sampler by Long Dog Samplers. I can show you parts 1 and 2 because I don't have the whole thing printed out yet. So that's parts 1 and 2. I was working on this top band right here. Like I said, you literally just saw it. This was what was in my rotation last week. So I'm not going to show this for too long. That's where that one is at right now. And then the needle minder. I think Everyday Stitcher. So. And that is a 40 count picture that's plus something or other. I don't remember. Let me show you. It makes it easier when I put it on the board and see what the color is on the fabric. So. Then we have another very recent start, and that is Jardin Privé, Mr. and Mrs. Quaker. I am stitching this on a 16 count fabric dyed by me. It is like a tan with purple splotches in it. So that was my start on it. And the needle minder I think I got from the Everyday Stitcher. And I am stitching it using the purple and this lovely blue right here. These 2 colors. So, that. This next one is going to be another UFO because I don't like how the pattern is. It's ornamental elephant. I know you probably heard me talking about it in my last Flosstube. But to give you an idea, you see how around the edge, it's like, it just doesn't have that crisp edge to it. That's how it's charted. That's how the pattern is charted as well. And I can't do it. I can't. This was on a 25 count. 25 count with that. And this is actually another chart that I got from Busby Designs. It's the same company that I got Plague Crow from. You're not gonna see much. I'm telling you, not much at all. To that right there. Yeah, that's all I got done. That chart bothered me way too much. I couldn't do it. Don't remember where I got this from. This may have been one that I kind of made myself. This was originally like a fridge magnet, and me and my ex-boyfriend had gone on a trip, and we stopped at a gas station along the way, and they had like a travel center, and they had like different magnets and stuff, and this was one of the two that I picked up, and I just stuck an extra magnet on the back of it. So that is going to do it for that one. That one says bye-bye. And the funny thing is, that's a 25 count even weave, so that may actually get used for something else. I feel so bad for him. I keep hearing him crying. The next thing is one that I have on my WIP board as well for next year. That's Princess Grace's Ball Gown by Teresa Gill cross stitch. Right? Yeah, Teresa Gill cross stitch, yeah. This is on a 16 count in petal. Yeah, 14 count petals by Picture This Plus. Put the green back there. And this fabric is lightly, like it has a pink overtone, but it has like green splotches in it. And it actually goes like this. That's where it's at right now. I just had my board. Where did my board go? Where did my board go? You can tell I'm losing my mind over here. There it is. Try to move all this thread out of the way here. That's where she sits at right now. You can kind of get an idea. It's pink, and then you have the splotches of green in there. I wanted a hand-dye fabric, but I didn't want it like plain white. But I didn't want a fabric that would distract from the design. So that's literally all I've gotten done. And the needle minder, that little butterfly, probably Everyday Stitcher, I don't remember anymore. I've gotten so many needle minders, and it's been so long since I bought any needle minders that I forget where I get them from. I've forgotten where I've gotten a lot of them, as you can tell. The next one, do I have it on my WIP next year? Don't remember. Needs to be, probably. And that is Ink Circles Royal Mandala. And I'm basically doing one that has like this patterning in it. But I'm doing my own colors. And this is on a 16 count Ada in Naiad by Under the Sea Fabrics. This has like a greenish, that's showing up pretty good. I can tell the time is getting late. So I'm trying to wrap this up. And this needle minder may have come from Gina's, I don't remember. Gina's Unique Boutique. Well, I guess what I said earlier about, did I say all of the shops that I've bought before are no longer in business? Because if I said all of them, Gina's Unique Boutique is still in business, but the other three are not. Let's see. And then we have Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. This one definitely, I'm not gonna say definitely. I may have included this in my WIP Go. And this on the board, so I can show you where it's at. This is on the called for fabric. This is Picture This Plus Haunted. That's where it's at right now. if I do have this on my WIP Go board, I have it for me to finish the horse. So, and then it's, although it's really dark, like a crow needle minder. And I want to say that one, you know, one of the main two, either Everyday Stitcher or No Name Needle Minders. I don't remember. Those round ones, like, I feel like Kate was doing them, but I can't remember if Kate was doing them or not. So, next we have a gorgeous piece. This is Scarlet House Smith Sampler. This gorgeous sampler. The last time I worked on this, I think I did work on it as part of my WIP Go for 2020. And I did complete that goal, which was to complete the bands that I was currently on. And this is my progress board. This is my progress. This is the band. Obviously there are a border on either side. This is Picture This plus Bramble in 40 count. I do remember that one. And this is another one that I got from the Everyday Stitcher. Are you starting to believe me now when I said I bought a lot of needle minders from her? So, I'm not putting this on my WIP Go board this year. Well, I mean for 2021, because I did get a ton of progress on this last time I worked on it, and I think I owe me that, in that I've gotten progress on it. That gives me a little bit of wiggle room for now. And that is actually in the Call for Silks. Next we have this one. This one I'm doing for my son. And this one is on my WIP Go for next year. Yeah. This is called Spike Spiegel. This is a design that is, it's an old anime, like animated show called Cowboy Bebop, and that is where that character is from. And that's actually like an excerpt from the intro titles, give or take. Trying to think how I've done. I think this is up. This is on a black Ada. Looks like 18 count, judging by the size of the stitches. In a very bright blue, which is the call for color. And I have another needle minder from, I think this one came from No Name Needle Minders. So. That one needs to get finished. Next up, we have something that I should probably have on my WIP Go board, but I don't, which is the Spirit of Joy by Brooks Books. And literally the only thing I have left to do on it is beading. I just can't bring myself to do it. This is, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. This is what I've gotten done. All that's left is beading. Like I said, just can't bring myself to do it. I started this when I was with my ex, and I was intending to do 2 of these. One for his mom, one for his aunt, and we broke up. And I just wanted to at least finish the one. The next one is another Brooks Books. This is Spirit of the Christmas Star. If I can get it off with me. Spirit of the Christmas Star. And don't have much done on her. She is on that tan, that kind of tan. You know, you would think that would be smarter than that. That's how much I got done on her. Just parted in her hair. Part of her hair. So. This black strand is trying to escape, and he's not going to be able to. So. Then we have another classic for this channel, and that is the stained glass Ariel. This is a pattern that I purchased through Etsy several years ago. It is no longer available, probably due to copyright. Yeah. I am going to eventually finish this. No, it is not on my WIP board for next year because I don't want to put that pressure on myself again next year. So that's how far I got on that one. This is on a yellow Fabrics by LJ. Don't remember the color name, but it was a 16 count Fabrics by LJ. Very bright yellow. Do y'all feel like I'm rushing at this point? Because I feel like I'm rushing. Because I am, kind of. Getting close to the end. Next up, we have Steampunk Luna Moth by Fireside Originals. This one, actually, I do remember this being on my WIP board. So this is going to be on my WIP board for next year. And I actually did restart it at one point. So this is not the original start. This is a restart. So, that's all the progress I got on it was just his body. And then I started up here at the top. This is actually part in his body as well. So, that's all I got on him. This needle minder is actually a magnet that I purchased through a shop on Etsy. It's kind of like quotes from the movie Encino Man. And you get a set of 4 of them. So this is one of them. And I actually have a set of 4 for the movie Clueless as well. I just don't have those on any of my projects. So, and this is actually a, what did I say, a 32 count of Iris by Under the Sea Fabrics. 28 or 32 count? Let me double check. 32 count. Probably, looking at the stitches. And I'll tell you a little secret, I might not stick to that one either. I'm just worried it's that fabric is going to be too much for that design. Where was I at? Okay. Next up, we have another kit. This is called Stronger. It is by Designworks. I'm not doing this on the called for fabric. Shocker, I know. But you probably really are surprised. This is actually on another Under the Sea Fabrics. I feel like the name is right there, but I don't remember it. This is Zephyrus. 32 count Zephyrus from Under the Sea Fabrics. It is more purple than it's showing up. There we go. It's more purple than it's showing up. So that's all the progress I've gotten on that one. And the needle minder is another one from the Everyday Stitcher. I am stitching this with the included kit floss, just not on the 14 count white Ada that they gave me. The next one was another one that I have restarted in the past. That is the Susanna Rambo 1836. This is from, it was a 3-part series and just cross stitch. It started in the, if I can find it, February of 2017 issue, and parts 2 and 3 were in the April and June issues of 2017. So this is another one that's on the MCG antique white even weave. I don't mind this even weave that much. I really don't. It has that oatmeal-y look to it, which I like. So that's how far I got on that one. I am doing this in the call for, not call for, but I am doing this in the dyed cottons, but I am picking colors that are similar to the ones that are called for that I have in my stash. And this needle minder is one that I made. So that's where that one's at right now. I love this color fabric because it just makes colors pop. Especially if it has like a sampler look to it. The next one is technically still a WIP, but I have not pulled this out in a couple of years now. I was close to UFOing it at one point, but I'm gonna leave it for now. This is Think of Me by Alessandra Adelaide. I'm doing this on a piece of fabric that I got in a stitchy box, which was close to the colors that the model was stitched on, which is a Fiberlicious in Summer Sky, is a 32 count linen. And which way is up? This way is up. Stupid. It's getting dark. I can tell it's about what time it's getting to be. That's my start on it. Nothing much. Nothing to write home about. And like I said, I have not touched this in years. And maybe one day I will get back to it and put some more stitches in it, because I really do like that design. I don't know if it's got to do with this fabric. I don't know what it is. But that needle minder, I want to say, is from No Name Needle Minders. I think. You know, it's from one of the big two, that's all I can say. There's only 2 colors of silks that are called for in this pattern. I am not stitching it in the actual called for ones, but I'm stitching it in ones that are close to the charted colors. Next one is the 12th Doctor. This is from Lolita Made on Etsy. And I have another one of her doctors as well, which will come up later in this WIP parade. This is where it's at right now. This is where it's at right now. This is on a 32 count Beach Walk Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's hard to tell, but I'm stitching this in color 915. I think it's 915. Yes, 915. That was good, and then I lost it. Yeah, something like that. So, and the needle minder, don't remember where I got it from. I really don't. So, I need to finish this one. I really do. Because it's been a WIP for a couple of years now. This actually is on my WIP Go board. This one and the other one are both on my WIP Go board for next year. Next up, we have Lindy Stitch's Walk Fast. It's a Golden Girls cross stitch pattern. It says, it's like that old Scandinavian saying, you can lead a herring to water, but you have to walk fast or he'll die. And she did actually relist the second one that she had. Because I know when I bought this one, there were two. And this is on a 16 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. This is why I say those 40 counts for Legacy, because they have that green tint to them. This is where it's at right now. And this board, I'm telling you, this is toward the bottom of the sampler. What I did, I started in the middle where that leash is, and then I went down to the fish. So that's where it's at right now. And then I have my Rose Nyland needle minder from the Everyday Stitcher. I think I have this on my WIP Go board for next year. Don't quote me on that. Next we have another Lolita made Doctor. This is the War Doctor. I had bought and started stitching this in memory of John Hurt, who played the War Doctor in the 50th anniversary. I'm stitching this in the color 796, which FYI is official TARDIS blue in the DMC color line. And this is how far I've gotten. Like I said, I need to finish that. So, gotten a little bit further on him than I have on the other one. And this needle minder is from No Name Needle Minders. That was one that I had bought kind of early on. Okay. The next one is another cute one, I think. This is by, I'm trying to see who the shop is. I don't know. Just says Dinah Jansen. I don't know. I may have to shop on Etsy. I may have to write it down right here. This is on a fabric that I dyed myself. Move Grumpy Cat out of the way. This is where it's at right now. This is the quote from the scene in Monty Python where King Arthur is riding through the countryside and he meets that villager, and the villager is like, watery tarts distributing swords from the water are not a basis for a system of government. You know, that kind of, that quote. So yeah. And that's just being done in the called for DMC. And the needle minder is from the Everyday Stitcher, I think. The next one, we are getting close to the end, I promise. The next one is Why Is It by the Cricket Collection. And there's one down there too. It says, why is it when I'm halfway through, creative joys diminish? It's more fun to start a piece than it ever is to finish. And I like how at the bottom, they leave it unfinished with the needle still in it. So, I thought that was cute. Of course, you'd need to get a needle that wouldn't rust. You'd have to put the piece behind glass. This is on a 32 count Lugana in Kione by Under the Sea Fabrics. And my start on this is huge, you guys. I'm telling you. Because, you know, my sarcasm and all that good jazz. Look at that start. 2 letters. That's all I got. I can't stand it. Like, and this is coming out kind of a lavender purple. It's very hard to get the colors right on this. But anyway, coming up a lavender purple. I got this needle minder many, many years ago from Gina's Unique Boutique. At least I think that's where it came from. Could have been Minding My Minders. The more I think about it, it could have been Minding My Minders. So, I still don't think you're going to be able to see it. It's a nice lavendery purple color. And the next one is the Winchester. I think this one is also by Busby Designs, if I'm not mistaken. Fiddlesticks AU. See, I was close, wasn't I? This one actually ended up being a restart because the fabric that I started on, I just didn't like it. The coverage was crappy. This is on a 32 count sterling by Picture This Plus linen. Count sterling by Picture This Plus. This is on my WIP Go board as well for next year. I'm hoping to get this shield done at least. And then my Dean Winchester needle minder from Minding My Minders. Yeah, the bottle cap ones I had no problem remembering because that was what she did, was the bottle cap ones. So. And then this one is Reese House by Hands On Design. This has all 3 of those houses in it. And I actually have all of the pieces of fabric in here ready to go for all 3 of them. And this is my start on the first one. This is, what is this fabric? 32 count Lugana in Lapis from Under the Sea Fabrics. And it's another one that's like a lavendery purple. You're not going to be able to tell. Every lavender purple is going to come up gray. It's really hard to see. But anyway, just use your imagination. So that's where I got on that one. I am using the called for hand-dyed glosses for this one. And the needle minder was another one from Minding My Minders. Did I mention yet in this video that I used to have a habit of leaving the needles on projects? And I don't know why I used to do that, because not like I don't have access to needles. And then I'm gonna do these 2, or these 3. I'm gonna do these 3, and I'm gonna do the last one, which is a hay, which is kind of in timeout right now. This next one, I'm gonna have to insert a picture of what it looks like, because it's out of one of the ornament issues of Just Cross Stitch. And when I work on this as the digital file. The name of this pattern is called Modern Nordic. And I think it's by Ink Circles. You hard to tell. This is just on a 18 count Ada in like the ice blue. So that, and that is being done in the floss is called Mistletoe by, who is that by? Fiberlicious, sorry. Fiberlicious. It is red to green. You know, I really should just pull this out and finish it. It wouldn't take anything to finish it. Depending on how much stitching time, maybe a couple of days at the most. But that would be too easy for me. Because that's something a smart person would do. The next thing, I think this one, I can't remember if I have this on my WIP Go board or not. This is the White Pumpkin Sampler from Dames of the Needle. I'm not doing the border and I'm not doing the quote. I'm just doing the urn with the pumpkins around it and in it. I'm kind of doing my own color conversion on this because it calls for dyed flosses, which I don't have access to, which I didn't have access to at the time I started this. And I'm stitching this on a Fabrics by LJ. Yes, it's kind of off-center because I wanted it more in the lighter green section. This is the Fabrics by LJ, and I think the colorway was called Radioactive. 16 count Ada in Radioactive. There we go. That's a good picture. So, and then this needle minder down here, this Raven. No clue where I got it. Probably the Everyday Stitcher. So, that's where that one is at. And I probably should just go ahead and finish that one as well. I don't remember if I have it on my WIP Go. If you're wondering the reason why I can't remember what I put on my WIP Go, even though I just got it finalized recently, is because I've changed things that have been on my WIP Go. This next one is technically a freebie. This is called Midnight Meow. This was a free design that was released by Nora Corbett. You can do a Google search on the interwebs and probably find it, but it won't be on her website or the Mirabilia website. This is on another Fabrics by LJ. I want to say this is called Heathered, if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken though. That's how far I've gotten on this one. Not a big piece. This is just all black. If I had known that there were quarter stitches in the ears and around the eyes, I would have done this on something that I could have done over 2. So, and then I have my David Tennant in the Fright Night remake that I got from the Everyday Stitcher, I think. Possibly No Name Needle Minders. Don't remember. We're almost there, guys. And finally, last but certainly not least, is this monstrosity. This was something that I started for my son a couple years ago because he loves Nightmare Before Christmas, and I was doing it as kind of for him and his girlfriend at the time. They are no longer together, and I knew this was going to take me forever and a day. So I asked him how he felt about it, and he said it didn't really matter. And so we picked out the Spike Spiegel one. So, oh, I probably should show you. That might be beneficial. Huh? So this is the mini Simply Meant to Be by Cherie Gerhardt, charted by Heaven and Earth. And this was my whopping start on it. Let's show you. That was my whopping start on it. I mean, at least I was getting into some of the clouds and whatnot behind them. So I'm proud of my progress on it. That's why I'm not throwing it away yet. Because, I mean, we like Nightmare Before Christmas too. And the 2 needle minders on here, the two needle minders on here are Demons Run When a Good Man Goes to War from Doctor Who, and Crowley from Supernatural. Both of those came from the Everyday Stitcher, and that's just a 25 count easy guide, or easy count, something like that. So that is where that one is at. That one is not a permanent UFO, but that one is in a timeout on the back burner for right now, until I feel confident that I can get some good progress on it again. So I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, because it's going to have to be stitched together. See what I did there? Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed my WIP parade. I will be back later on here, and probably in the next few days, to do a dedicated video to my 2021 plans. I will pull out everything that's on my WIP Go board. I will show you the things that I have planned to start, and all that good jazz. And yeah, so that's going to do it for right now. And until I see you again, bye guys.